What is going on, everybody? It's Hee Haw, and today on Stuck in the Deep, I thought we'd talk about something I think is a little interesting and fun right now, especially I feel like with the climate of where YouTube's at right now. Depending on what you watch, I feel like alphas and betas is getting brought up, and just in life in general, maybe you've seen Kevin Samuels with his popularity right now. I feel like he kind of dives into things like this. Um, but I was kind of surprised, and it's very interesting to see that there's actually different types of males, I guess. Uh, I kind of got together a couple lists and I thought I would read through this stuff and kind of talk through what I think personally about this stuff. And just like, I don't know, I guess my whole goal with this is just kind of maybe to hopefully maybe hear some people's opinions on it and stuff like that. But yeah, so I guess we can just pretty much jump into it, starting off with the cream of the crop of this group, which is going to be the alpha. Okay. And I have different lists from different places. Who knows how credible these things are. Ultimately, this is all for fun in my mind, so it doesn't really matter how credible these places are. I'm going to read couple different lists from different places, so just keep an open mind. All right. So for alpha, for I guess the traits, we have dominating and charismatic. All right. The born leader understands his priorities and always utilizes his time. All right. That is interesting. Beta, modest, easygoing, ideal husband type. Sorry. Works a lot, but overshadowed by his peers. Interesting. That is interesting hearing that personally because I felt like beta meant something different, but I'll get into that in a little bit. Gamma, introverted and super sensitive, the yes man at office, has big plans but lacks determination and focus. All right. The Omega, or sorry, not the Omega, but Omega, skillful and self sufficient. The odd one in the wolf pack, laid back, not chasing success or money. All right. Delta, modest and hardworking, wants attention but can't get it. Works hard but unable to draw attention. Interesting. Sigma, super smart, extremely attractive. Interesting. The manipulative mastermind. He is super ambitious and his own boss. All right. So this was kind of a basic list. It just gives you a couple traits because I have some lists that go a little deeper into each trait, but I just kind of want to run through what they've already said. Personally for the alpha, from my mind, what I think I do agree. An alpha needs to be dominating, charismatic. The born leader understands his priorities and always utilizes time. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Beta, you know, modest and easygoing. I personally feel like beta is almost looked at a lot more negatively than this list made it out to seem. It almost makes beta seem not as bad as, I don't know, I feel like people make being a beta is. A gamma, I never heard of a gamma before, but introverted, super sensitive, that's interesting. The yes man at the office and has big plans but lacks determination and focus. That is interesting. Personally, one thing I'm going to say that I find hard with some of these lists, because I did read through some of it already, like just to kind of see what I was going to be reading, and my difficulties, I feel like you could almost have a number of these traits and not necessarily be a beta, a gamma, an omega, an alpha. That's what I'm thinking so far, okay? A delta, modest, hardworking, wants attention but can't get it. Works hard but unable to draw attention. All right, sounds like a sad life. Sigma, super smart, extremely attractive, the manipulative mastermind. He is super ambitious and his own boss. I mean, you know, the Sigma, I feel like, is the one that kind of started this whole interest I had. I had only really heard about betas and alphas, and I heard of a Sigma, because, like, people are trying to say you should strive to be like a Sigma or something like that. And it's funny because I was just talking to someone and they told me that. And I was just like, all right. I kind of felt like, what? Now that I'm hearing that, I feel like I don't hear enough about this. So I kind of wanted to learn more, and I thought this would be kind of fun to, like, make a video about this. Um, Let's look at. I have another list that I feel like focus is more on the like this says the five male archetypes, the social and sexual hierarchy. Okay, so this I love what this says. This says the social status is strong. Social status is strongly correlated with sexual success in a totally unfair winner take all sexual market. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know how I personally take that, but all right. The alpha, the self-assured leader of men whose swagger and loathfulness, I don't know what that means, makes him very successful with women. All right. I mean, I guess that's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, yeah, the alpha, everyone already knows, for the longest time, everyone's always said the alpha is just, he's the one who, fucks the cheerleader at prom or whatnot, whatever that saying is. But, I feel like I don't know. I feel like these like different types, like it boxes you in or limits who you could be as a person. You get me? Like that's my only personal downside I feel like with this type of stuff, like being an alpha, beta, stuff like that. But Sigma, the lone wolf antithesis of the alpha, defines placement in the social hierarchy and yet is successful with women. All right. Beta, the worker bees of society, women will tolerate them if they have ap- applet sorry resources. Otherwise, they are discarded. All right. Sad life once again. The gamma. Gammas are bitter and clueless about women. Often they can't grasp red pill concepts and check out of mating out of the mating game. All right. Omega, the hopeless. The Omegas are correlated with violent outbursts like shooting sprees because of their total rejection of women. You know, and I feel like right here is pretty much sums up the issue with all of this stuff, is it's just bullshit.